This is the Camco Skylight Vent Fan Plus, and it's really a product we haven't seen in the RV space yet. This will fit in your standard 14 by 14 inch roof vent, but they combined a couple features into one product. First, it's a glass skylight that does not interfere with the vent locations because all venting happens at the back of the housing, so you have more natural light 100% of the time. There's no need for a roof vent cover, and if you don't use vent covers, there's no lid to close when it's raining, or worry about if you close the lid when you're not at the RV. The fan has 3 modes: intake, exhaust, and a recirculating fan, plus there are 4 different fan speeds. It's also got a built-in thermostat, so you can have the fan kick on within a desired temperature range. There's a light on the inside with different color options as well as different brightness settings. Everything can be controlled from the unit, from a remote control, and from a phone app, so if you're getting close to your destination, you can turn the fan on from your truck to get some of that stuffy air out of the RV. Because of the size of the roof shroud, you'll want to check that there are no other roof components that would prevent you from installing this. That could be tank vents, AC units, antennas, solar panels, whatever. And also, if your skylight is very close to an edge of the RV, that's something to check as well. The roof shroud at its widest point is about 25 inches, so you will need about 7 inches of available roof from each side of the interior shroud, 6 inches from the interior shroud to the front, and about 17 inches to the rear of the interior shroud. I will be interested to see how this is received by the RV community as time goes on, but it's definitely an upgrade that packs a few features into one product. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to take a look at what's new in the world of RV accessories. Some of these haven't even been released yet, others I just haven't had the chance to get installed, so I'm not recommending any of these products, but I want to at least show you some of the new RV accessories and upgrades coming out in 2026. So this one is interesting. This is the WaterStop by Blu Technology. This is a mechanical water shutoff valve that is electronically controlled. Garden hose thread fittings on each side. You can obviously install quick connects if you choose, and installation is as simple as water in and water out. It does require 120 volts, but the power plug is a step-down converter, so this actually runs off of 5 volts. So you can run this if you're boondocking, you don't have shore power, or you don't have an inverter. You'll just need to step down from 12 volts to 5 volts. And if you lose power, it's got a built-in lithium backup battery. This will automatically shut down the flow of water if it detects a small or a large leak, and you can set those leak parameters based on volume and time. You can also add up to 7 remote sensors, so you place these in problem areas under sinks or behind wet bay panels. The sensor probes will detect that leak and immediately shut down the water flow. In addition to leak protection, it's Wi-Fi capable with an app, so you can get notifications while you're away if something happens. You can also turn off the water from the app or from an included remote control when you're leaving the campground. It's also a flow meter, so you can monitor your usage and get maintenance reminders based on your usage, for example, when it's time to change your water filters. There's a lot to dive into on this one. I think it's a well thought out solution to what is a big concern in the RV space. Definitely more videos to come, but no doubt a unique product coming out this year. And by the way, I'll put links to everything that's available right now down below, and as the other products become available, I'll come back to this video and add the links. It really depends on when you're watching the video, right? But everything will be linked down below eventually. And I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider subscribing. Haloview has released their BT10. This is their version of a mirror-mounted backup or observation camera display, and this system also doubles as a TPMS. I'm currently running the BT7, which is a dash mount system, also has TPMS capability. Both of these systems have already been released. What I really want to show you is that both of these systems will work with their new axle temperature sensors. These mount around the axle and they will monitor the temperature of your axles and wheel hubs. These take a reading every 6 seconds, and if the temperature reaches the high temperature that you set, you'll get an alert on your screen. I think having the ability to know when a hub or spindle is running hotter than the others before something happens is excellent information to have. Now, I haven't tested these yet, but we might even have the ability to see temperature differences among different brake controller settings. Definitely more videos to come after some testing is done on these, but these are currently available. You guys have probably seen these before. This is the crossbar screen door handle by Camco. It makes closing your door from inside much easier, and their newest rendition comes with a light on one of the end caps. It's a motion activated light. It uses 2 AAA batteries, and it's a push button switch, so you don't have to have it on during the day. It does a decent job of illuminating the steps at night, and the light will stay on for 40 seconds, plus it'll reactivate once it sees motion again. Now, if you already have the Camco crossbar handle, the good news is that the lighted end cap will fit over the original crossbar. Plus the mounting points are exactly the same, so replacing the old with the new is literally a 1-minute job. There is, however, one thing I don't like. So once you turn the light on, it will flash for a second indicating that it's on, but it will not activate by motion for the first time until about 20 seconds have passed. Now, after the light initially goes on and off, it will immediately reactivate when it sees motion. So if you left during the day and didn't turn it on and then come back at night, you can't just turn this light on to see the steps. Well, you can, but you're gonna have to wait 20 seconds. Now, some motion sensors like passive infrared do require some time to warm up, so maybe add a straight on-off switch in addition to the motion sensor. I know I'm nitpicking, nonetheless, still a cool, helpful new gadget. At some point this year, Blu Technology will be releasing their stainless steel water inlet. Most inlets are plastic from the factory, and the part that threads onto the hose can eventually break, which did happen on our Grand Design. There are upgraded versions using some brass parts, and there are already stainless steel water inlets available. I know because I bought one from some no-name manufacturer on Amazon a while back, but I was packing up the water system outside and noticed the retaining ring that holds the check valve in place popped out, which means the check valve also came out. That should not happen. That's the whole point of this retaining ring and check valve, to prevent the system from depressurizing or backflowing from the inside when there's no pressure on the outside. The retaining ring on the Blu Tech inlet looks as if it seats much further out. I don't think this is available yet, but you guys will see this again. I'm customizing my wet bay this summer, and this inlet will be part of that modification. There's not much to cover on this next one. Camco released a 4-in-1 adjustable water pressure regulator this year. You have a built-in gauge, as you pretty much do on all adjustable pressure regulators, but this also has a built-in shutoff valve and a 90-degree orientation. So on some RVs where the water bay is built into a storage compartment, you can eliminate your 90-degree elbow and connect this directly to your inlet. Plus, you can shut the water off right at the rig instead of having to head over to the hose bin. Another one from Camco is their new macerator pump. With macerators, you have the advantages of being able to pump your black tank waste uphill instead of relying on gravity. And because everything is ground up into a liquid, you use a garden hose instead of a 3-inch sewer hose, so more compact and less to carry and store. Macerator pumps give you some more options to dump your black tank, especially if you clean your tanks at home. You can drain into a septic system that may be too far away for your sewer hoses to reach, or even a toilet. The new addition to this macerator is that it's battery powered instead of needing an available 12-volt power source. The pump will shut off after 5 minutes, or if the motor overheats or binds up from a clog, and there's a manual motor override on the back of the unit to free up those clogs. I do a lot of tank cleaning at home because it's just not something I really want to do when we're out RVing, so you'll see some demos of this new macerator pump coming up soon. UVC light purification is not really a new thing, but we are starting to see our fair share of options in the RV space. They really start to enter the picture when drinking water becomes a concern, but they are technically not water filters. Filtration systems remove things like sediment, chemicals, chlorine, pesticides, and makes the water taste better. A UVC or ultraviolet C purifier will kill bacteria and viruses at the DNA level that can get through traditional filters. So manufacturers are going to recommend a water filter in line before a UVC. Blu Tech now has 3 different UVC options: a dedicated drinking water faucet, a UVC canister at the end of their water filter housing, and as an under-the-sink standalone purifier that plumbs directly into the water system. Each has their pros and cons, and again, that's going to be an upcoming video. But for now, if you're tired of lugging drinking water on your trips, a couple different UVC purifier options are now available for your RV.